My daughter still sleeps with the thing I burned. Not the doll, not in my head. The thing. Because once you've watched plastic go soft and sag and bubble, once you've smelled the hair melt and seen an eye turn cloudy like boiled glass, you stop calling it what it was. You start calling it what you made it. I work maintenance for the county, schools, offices, water treatment. I fix what other people break for a living. It's steady work. It taught me something I didn't know was dangerous. But if you keep a place orderly, you can keep it safe. Order was how I learned love. Shoes by the door, homework at the table, voices at a reasonable volume, bedtime at the same time every night. If the world stays predictable, nobody has to get hurt. That was the theory, at least. Sometimes I wish I'd learned a different way. That day I came home with the kind of tired that lives behind your eyes and makes every sound feel pointed. I tried to move past the setbacks and the failures from the day, but I hadn't succeeded. The refrigerator hum felt like it was accusing me. Mara was late again, hospital shift running long, and I told myself that I could handle dinner, baths, homework, all of it without turning it into a thing. The sink was full because someone had rinsed a cereal bowl and left milk glued to the bottom. The dog had shredded one of Mara's slippers in the hallway. Ethan's backpack was open on the floor like it had given up halfway to the next room. Lily's shoes were in two different rooms, like she'd evaporated between steps. The fire was already going, brick hearth, old mantle. The kind of thing I used to be proud of because it meant I finally bought something solid. Ethan was at the table, papers spread out like an investigator working on a murder case. Lily was on the rug in front of the fire, knees tucked under her, whispering to her doll like they were negotiating something. The doll was called Rosie. Lily named it herself. Bright yarn hair. A dress Mara had sewn from an old shirt Lily had grown out of but was overly fond of. Our way of letting her keep the shirt by repurposing it. She loved it. Rosie's stitched smile always looked like it knew something you didn't. Lily loved that doll the way kids love one thing with their whole bodies. It wasn't a toy. It was a companion, a witness, a small, portable version of safety. If you asked Lily what she wanted for her birthday, she'd say, for Rosie to come. If you asked what she did at school, she'd say, Rosie would have liked the swings. If you told her to put Rosie away, she'd look at you like you asked her to amputate something. Rosie wasn't a toy. She was a witness. Shoes off, please, I said when I came in. Both of you, shoes off. Put them by the door, please. Ethan did it. Lily didn't look up. Lily, I said softer. Shoes off, please. We just vacuumed in there. I can't, she said. Rosie's sad. What do you mean you can't? I responded. She's sad because you didn't say hi. I'm saying hi now, I said. I set my keys in the bowl on the counter. A ritual. Shoes. For some reason, my mind flashed through a dozen family photos. The one vacation we managed to take in 3 years. Road trips in the car. Images of our family. Lily grasping Rosie like she was a member of the family. I'd treated that doll almost like a member of our family, and now I was being accused of not saying hi to it. Lily pulled Rosie closer. Don't yell. I'm not yelling, I said, irritation seeping into my voice. But my voice already had that edge, the one that means I'm already behind myself. I'm not a monster. I'm not the kind of father who thinks kids need to be put in their place. I'm not proud of the way I was raised, the way discipline meant fear. I've worked hard, not just at home, but at work too. I've read the articles Mara sends me. I've tried to breathe before I speak. I've tried saying, I hear you, instead of, because I said so. Lily, I said, please take your shoes off and come wash your hands. We're going to eat soon. I'm going to feed her, then I'll be there, Lily said. My frustration simmered. Dinner was jar sauce and pasta, like admitting defeat. The pot boiled over. The smoke alarm chirped once. Ethan asked two questions at the same time. Lily made that thin whining sound kids make when they've decided noise is leverage. Lily, I called out. She's hungry, Lily said, pointing at Rosie. She wants. I cut her off. She's a doll, I said. Dolls don't get hungry. Her face changed, not anger or something else. Good door closing. She does, Lily said, in my game. I retorted, well, in this house, we're not feeding dolls dinner. Go wash your hands. She stood up and didn't move. Frustration and rage flooded my thoughts. I can't do this again, not tonight. I'm not going to, Lily said. It wasn't loud. That was the problem. It sounded like a decision. I walked over. Lily? No, she responded. I reached for her wrist. Not hard, just enough. She jerked away. Rosie slipped and hit the floor. Lily made a sound like she'd been struck. Don't touch her. My hand closed around the doll before I knew I was moving. It felt impossibly light, like it couldn't possibly matter. Give her back, Lily screamed, climbing at me. Dad, give her back. Stop, I said. Stop it. Dad, Ethan said, very quiet. That voice should have stopped me. Lily hit my arm, not hard. Still, something old flared and erupted. That moment when you know you're wrong and keep going anyway. I turned. The fire was there, close, waiting. I stepped once. I threw the doll into it. Not ceremonially, not dramatically, like you throw something away. Lily shrieked, No, Dad! For half a second, Rosie sat there smiling. Then the hair caught. Lily's scream wasn't a tantrum, it was grief. No, Rosie! She rushed the hearth. I grabbed her around the waist, yanked her back so fast her feet left the floor. She clawed and screamed and sobbed until she couldn't breathe. I could have taken it out. The fire tongs were right there. The first few seconds still counted, but the part of me that had snapped was still talking. Now she'll stop. This will teach her. I hate that part of me. Melted plastic smells sweet and wrong. The dress blackened. The stitched smile darkened. The doll crackled like something being cooked. Upstairs, I said. Now. Lily couldn't walk. She collapsed, screaming. I carried her. She fought me the whole way, twisting, striking my chest, reaching backward like she could drag the room with her. In her bedroom, she didn't go to the bed. She turned feral. She kicked the door, tried to shove past me, screamed, I want her back, until her voice broke. You hurt her, she screamed. You hurt her. You hurt me. Lily, stop. You're hurting yourself. She tried to bite my wrist. I held her, not comfort, containment. I'm sorry, I said, too late. I'm sorry. Get out, she yelled. She said it like she meant it. Stood outside the door for a minute while she screamed, paralyzed. My frustration quickly subsided, replaced instead by guilt, and later by dread. I didn't know what to do, so I went back downstairs. Downstairs, Ethan had already acted. He stood, looking at the hearth. The doll, or what was left of it, lay on the hearth there in front of the fire. Ethan had lifted it out with the tongs. It was burned and misshapen. The hair was mostly gone. What remained had fused into the plastic. One eye had melted into the cheek. What did you do? He asked. I lost my temper. Can we fix it? He questioned. You did, I said. It sounded wrong. Mara came home. Hey, sorry, I'm back. What's that smell? She walked over and saw the hearth. Oh, God, what happened? Ethan looked at me. I didn't respond or say anything. She didn't yell. She sat down like the air had gone out of her. Finally, why? She said. Upstairs, Lily cried until she collapsed into sleep. Not comforted, spent. At 12:38 a.m., Mara said she kept asking for Rosie. I told her Rosie's gone. Ethan got her out, I said. Don't say it like that, Mara said, like you rescued something. The next morning, Rosie was gone from the hearth. I found her in Lily's bed, burned side facing outward. Rosie came back, Lily said. The rest of life resumed the way it has always done after something terrible. Lunches, shoes, permission slips, Mara leaving for shift, me checking the smoke alarm because it chirped once at 2 a.m. like it was reminding me. I didn't light another fire. When a contractor offered to cap the chimney during a repair, I said yes without thinking. Mara looked at me then like she understood something I hadn't said. Every night, Lily went to bed with Rosie. Every night, I saw what I had done. I tried to fix it. Of course I did. That's what I do. I took Rosie when Lily was at school and laid her on a towel in the garage under the harsh fluorescent light. I found epoxy in my toolbox and tried to separate the fused hands. I searched online for replacement doll eyes. I held a singed lock of yarn hair between my fingers like it was evidence. Nothing I did made it right. You can't unmelt something. When Lily came home, she saw Rosie on the towel. Her face did that door-closing thing again. "Why is she out here?" she asked. "I'm repairing her," I said. "I'm trying to make her better." "She's already better," Lily said. "How?" I asked. "She knows," Lily said, and went back inside. The next night, I tried to make things right. Again, I stopped at the big box store on the way home from work. I picked a doll with soft hair and bright eyes and a dress that wasn't made from an old shirt. I told myself, this is the fix. This is the gesture. This is how you show you're sorry. At home, I knelt in front of Lily like I'd seen fathers do in commercials. "I got you something," I said. Lily looked at the box and then at me. "Rosie's broken," I said gently. Like if I used the right word, it would become a solvable problem. "This one can be..." She cut me off. "I don't want her," Lily said. "Lily, honey, it's the same kind. See, look, she has..." "It's not Rosie," Lily said. And her voice wasn't crying, it was final. "And she doesn't know you." I felt my cheeks heat. "What does that mean?" Lily hugged Rosie closer. The melted eyes stared at me from the crook of her arm. Lily said, "She doesn't know what you do when you're mad." I stopped breathing for a second and swallowed. "I'm working on it," I said, and it came out like the plea. Lily nodded, very small. "Okay," she said. That okay was, in its own way, forgiveness. That okay wasn't peace. It was permission to continue. Weeks passed, then months. I noticed new patterns, a drawing removed from a table when my voice changed, a favorite toy placed higher on a shelf, a shoebox slid under the bed. "Just the things I don't want to get ruined," she said. Lily stopped bringing Rosie to the table. She stopped narrating her day to her. She stopped insisting Rosie get a seat in the car. Rosie became a bed object, a night object, a private thing, which meant I saw her most when Lily was at her most vulnerable. Pajamas, teeth brushed, hair damp from a bath, that brief window when kids are soft and heavy-eyed, not defending themselves. And every time I tucked Lily in, Rosie was there. Sometimes Lily would position Rosie so the melted face looked at the wall. Other nights she'd face Rosie outward like she wanted me to see, like she was testing whether I could bear it. There was a specific night, rain tapping the windows, Ethan reading in his room, Mara working late. Lily rode over and asked, out of nowhere, "Did you mean to do it?" "I wasn't thinking," I said. "I didn't mean to hurt you," I continued. In a soft, almost innocent tone, Lily said, "You were thinking. You were just thinking about you." That sentence, coming from a kid who still needed help with the shampoo bottle, cut so clean it felt surgical. I felt my eyes sting. I kept my voice steady because crying in front of your child can become its own burden. "I'm sorry," I said again. I said it so many times I felt like the word had lost its meaning. Lily reached out and touched Rosie's melted cheek with one finger, carefully. "She still loves you," Lily said. "Who does?" I asked. "Rosie," she said, like it was obvious. She's just different now. People like to say kids are resilient. What they mean is that kids adapt, but they don't always grow back the same way. On a Tuesday in October, I got a call from Lily's school. The number came up on my phone while I was on my lunch break, sitting in my truck with a sandwich I didn't want. I wiped my hands on a napkin and answered. Mr. Peters, the woman said, this is Miss Dennison, the counselor at Maple Ridge. I just wanted to touch base about something Lily said today. My heart started doing that heavy, slow thud like it was trying to warn me before my brain caught up. What did she say? I asked. Miss Dennison's voice stayed professional and gentle. Well, they were doing a drawing activity, safe places, comforting objects. Lily drew a doll, and she said it was her favorite thing. And she said that it got hurt in a fire, and that it was her fault for making someone mad. The world narrowed. The inside of my truck felt so small. She said, Miss Dennison continued, that she sleeps with it so that she can remember to be good. I gripped the phone so hard my fingers hurt. I'm not calling to accuse you, Miss Dennison said quickly, hearing something in my silence. Kids make rules where adults leave gaps, but I did want you to know because it sounded like she was carrying a lot. After I hung up, I sat there staring at my steering wheel until my lunch break ended and the clock moved on without me. That night at bedtime, I told Lily, Miss Dennison called, I said. She didn't look surprised. She shrugged one shoulder. What did you tell her? I asked. The truth, Lily said. I swallowed. What do you think the truth is? Lily pulled the blanket up to her chest, looked at Rosie, not at me. The truth is, she said, I can't make you not do it. I'm trying, I said, and I meant it in a way that felt like tearing. Lily nodded. I know. Then she reached down, picked Rosie up, and pushed her toward me. Here, she said. I took the doll without thinking. It was heavier than it had any right to be. The burned plastic was cool and hard. Lily watched my face closely, like she was studying an experiment. You can hold her, Lily said. Just don't fix her. She's supposed to look like that. My throat tightened. Why? Lily blinked slowly, like the answer was hard to find. So you remember, she said. And there it was. Not vengeance, not cruelty. A child's version of safety. An object that tells the truth when people don't. I handed Rosie back carefully, like I was returning something sacred. I kissed Lily's forehead, and she didn't flinch. That mattered. That was love, too. At the door, I paused. Lily, I said. Yeah? I'm going to keep trying, I said, even when I'm tired, even when you're loud, even when I feel like I'm going to spill over. Lily looked at Rosie and then at me. Okay. Years passed. Lily grew up, kind, functional, careful. I found the box while looking for paperwork. It was small, labeled, not hidden. Inside were things that didn't need explanation. Letters, documents, photos, a bracelet from the hospital. And Rosie, wrapped, burned face turned inward as if orientation still mattered. Cataloged. Not a shrine, not a wound. A reference. I understood then why Lily used to lift things away when voices rose. Why she protected what mattered without asking whether I was safe to be around it. She hadn't learned how to forgive. She'd learned how to protect. I put everything back exactly as I'd found it. Some lessons don't need reminders. My daughter still keeps the thing I burned with the things that made her, and I will never know what she learned to keep herself safe from. Sometimes forgiveness isn't about forgetting what happened, but about learning how to live with someone who is still trying. Children are often better at this than we expect. They adapt, they endure, and they find ways to keep loving even when love changes shape. For parents, the work is quieter and harder, learning to pause before reacting, to recognize that some moments can't be undone once they pass. If this story lingered, let it be a reminder that patience is not weakness. It's one of the few things that can keep something precious from being lost forever.